Alright, real talk. The PS5 is packed with hits, seriously. But some absolute bangers got buried, and it hurts my soul. So we're fixing that today with 14 underrated gems you have to try. Let's show these games some love.
Kicking off with Guardians of the Galaxy. And yeah, everyone wrote this off after Avengers face planted. But this? Easily one of the best single-player Marvel games ever made. You're Star-Lord with the full squad backing you. The writing is actually funny, the banter never stops, and the story goes full cosmic insanity. No MCU homework required. Combat is team-based in real time. You shoot while ordering Groot to root enemies, Gamora to slice priority targets, Drax to smash heavies, and Rocket to blow everything sky high. When you learn to chain abilities, it feels incredible. Choices matter too. Characters remember what you say, story beats shift, and missions play out differently. It's not fake branching. Oh, and the soundtrack? Pure 80s perfection. It sold terribly, but people who played it know it's special. If you love smart writing and heart in your superhero games, this is a must-play. And if cosmic comedy isn't hitting today, let's sharpen a blade and defend a fortress instead. Kunitsugami is one of 2024's biggest tragedies because almost nobody played it, and it deserved way better. It's a wild blend of hack-and-slash action and tower defense set in a folklore-inspired Japan. By day, you're cleansing corrupted villages and rescuing survivors. By night, those same villagers become your army as demons flood in to stop a purification ritual. The loop is so good. Find villagers, assign them jobs, archers, spearmen, even sumo tanks. Place defenses and then jump into the fray yourself. It's tense, strategic, and chaotic in the most satisfying way. Visually, stunning. Kabuki color palettes, theatrical animations, gorgeous monsters ripped from Japanese mythology. This thing bombed commercially, badly, but people who touched it are begging Capcom for a sequel. If you want something fresh that actually takes risks, Kunitsugami is a hidden masterpiece. And speaking of misunderstood gems, let's talk about a PlayStation icon who finally got his due.
Sackboy: A Big Adventure is the PS5 platformer everyone slept on. People saw the cute sack dude and assumed kids game, then moved on. Huge mistake. This is a pure 3D platformer. No level editor, no gimmicks, just immaculate design. Every stage feels like it was handcrafted with love. Fabric planets, cardboard galaxies, knitted jungles, and then, boom, levels sync to licensed music that move to the beat. Unreal. Sackboy controls beautifully. Tight jumps, rolls, grabs, air dodges, it's way more technical than it looks. And snagging every collectible or clearing time trials? That's when the sweat kicks in. Co-op is chaos in the best way. 4 friends helping or sabotaging each other. Trust falls become trust fails really fast. If you missed it at launch, fix that. Sackboy is pure joy in game form and criminally overlooked. And since we're on forgotten gems, let's talk about one where the cat is the hero.
Stray hit like a meteor when it launched, and then everyone just kind of forgot about it, which is wild because this little game does so much right. Yes, you play as a cat, a normal stray cat lost underground in a neon-soaked robot city. No superpowers, no secret weapons, just claws, curiosity, and 9 lives, barely. The cat animation is unreal. Jumping ledges, squeezing through vents, knocking paint cans off balconies, it feels like being a cat. And somehow that leads to a story with actual emotional punch. The world is the real star. Melancholic robot citizens, cozy slums, eerie labs, danger-filled tunnels, all drenched in cyberpunk atmosphere. And that ending lingers long after the credits. Stray released July 2022, and it deserves a comeback lap. If you want a short, stylish adventure with surprising heart, don't sleep on it. And speaking of stylish, the next stop drops us right into Tokyo's weirdest supernatural showdown.
Ghostwire Tokyo is one of those games where the reaction is either, "Yo, this is amazing," or
not for me. But when it hits, it hits. Tokyo's population vanishes in an instant. Cars still running, umbrellas still open, streets dead silent, except for the spirits hunting you. You're Akito, teaming up with a grumpy ghost named KK and blasting yokai with actual finger-weaving spell combat. Combat feels wild in first person. Wind bolts, water blades, flaming explosions, then yanking spirit cores out like you're performing magical chiropractic. But the exploration is the real hook. Shibuya recreated almost block for block. Neon streets empty except for eerie visitors. Side quests range from sad ghosts to hilarious errands to full-on folklore deep dives. Yeah, the campaign gets repetitive, but if you vibe with the mood, the rain, the quiet, the weirdness, it's unforgettable. Ghostwire Tokyo dropped March 2022. If you love atmospheric worlds and supernatural style, this is one of PS5's most slept-on gems. And if Haunting Tokyo sounds cool, wait till you see the next game. Reality literally starts tearing itself apart.
Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart got plenty of praise, but nowhere near enough players actually tried it. This is the PS5 showpiece. The dimension-hopping stuff isn't marketing hype. It's the kind of instant world shifting that literally couldn't exist before the SSD. 1 second you're blasting robots, the next you're pulled through a portal into a totally different planet. No loading screens, no pauses, just chaos. Under the tech flex, though, it's an incredible action platformer. Classic Ratchet weapon insanity, turning enemies into hedges, bouncing pinball bullets, explosive chaos everywhere. Every gun feels like its own little toy box. Rivet steals the show. Her chemistry with Kit is heartfelt without copying Ratchet & Clank. It expands the universe in the best way. And visually, Pixar-level animation, ray tracing, wild particle effects, hands down one of the prettiest games on PS5. It launched when nobody could buy a PS5 and it got lost in the shuffle, but now, no excuse. It's a must-play. Rift Apart dropped in June 2021. If you want pure fun and jaw-dropping tech rolled into one, this is the one to play. And if you like clever gameplay, the next game scratches that puzzle itch hard. Animal Well is the indie gem nobody paid enough attention to. Made by one developer, and somehow it became one of the smartest Metroidvania on PS5. You're a tiny blob exploring a massive underground labyrinth full of wildlife and secrets. No combat at all, just pure exploration, puzzle solving, and brain-melting discovery. And the puzzles? Ridiculous. Items have multiple hidden uses, sometimes 3 or 4 layers deep. You'll think you figured something out, then realize the game was 10 steps ahead the whole time. The best part? Players are still finding secrets months later. This is one of those rare internet detective games where the community works together to crack codes and uncover hidden paths. It looks and sounds beautiful too. Vibrant pixel art, eerie lighting, clever creature behaviors, and silky smooth animation. A main run might take 5 to 8 hours, but going deep, hunting every secret, that's 20+ hours easy and worth every minute. Animal Well dropped in May 2024. If you love mystery-driven games that reward curiosity and clever thinking, do not skip this one. And speaking of hidden masterpieces, the next one blends heartbreak and paintbrushes.
Neva comes from the studio behind Gris, and yeah, if that game hit you hard, this one hurts even more. You play as Alba, journeying through a dying world with a wolf cub named Neva. Over time, Neva grows from playful pup to loyal companion to fierce protector. Watching that transformation is beautiful and brutal. The art direction is unreal. Hand-painted environments, flowing animation, color shifting from hopeful spring hues into cold decay. This is the kind of game where you want to screenshot every second. Gameplay keeps things simple.
light platforming, gentle combat, and puzzle solving with Neva's help. As she grows, she learns new abilities, and suddenly the animal you protected starts protecting you. But the emotional center is the bond between Alba and Neva. You feel every stage of their relationship: joy, fear, trust, heartbreak. Animal lovers, consider yourselves warned. Never released in October 2024 on PS5. It's short, 3 to 4 hours, but unforgettable. And if you need a break from crying, the next one is about a forest that wants you dead.
Okay, shifting gears into pure terror now. Still Wakes the Deep is the horror game nobody talked about, and that's a crime because this is terrifying. You're an electrician on a North Sea oil rig in 1975. A drilling accident unleashes something from the ocean floor, something that transforms your crewmates into grotesque, impossible things. The Scottish voice acting is phenomenal. This is the most authentic Scottish dialect in gaming, and it grounds the horror in reality. These feel like real people trapped in a nightmare, not generic horror game NPCs. And the rig itself is the star. Cramped corridors, industrial machinery, weather-beaten decks. As the rig collapses, you're crawling through flooding tunnels, unstable walkways, and buckling steel. The environmental storytelling is incredible. The creature design is disturbing, your former crewmates twisted into biological abominations, and the sounds they make? Shudders. Plus, there's no combat. You're hiding, running, and praying they don't find you. This comes from the Chinese Room, the devs behind Amnesia and Dear Esther, and this is their best work yet. Tension, pacing, atmosphere, flawless. Still Wakes the Deep launched in June 2024 for PS5. For horror fans who want dread without cheap jump scares, this is a must-play. And if that turned your stomach, the next one mixes cards, curses, and cosmic nightmares. Okay, now we step into something truly strange. Inscription is one of the weirdest and smartest games on PS5. It starts as a card game in a creepy cabin. You're playing against a shadowy figure, building decks, sacrificing creatures, and trying not to die. Then the game changes, like really changes. New mechanics, new genres, fourth wall breaks, even ARG clues outside the game. You never know what's real. The card play itself is brilliant. Risk, reward, sacrifices, evolving cards, environmental hazards. And between rounds, you're literally getting up from the table to explore the cabin and solve puzzles. The atmosphere is perfect. Lo-fi visuals, eerie audio, and that dealer's eyes following you. Inscriptions on PS5 via backwards compatibility. If you love strange, experimental games, play it blind. And if that bent your brain, the next one goes all in on stylish combat.
Stellar Blade got buried in controversy. And that sucks, because the game slaps. You're Eve, an android fighting to reclaim Earth after alien ruin. Combat is Nier meets Sekiro. Fast, stylish, and brutally timing-based. The parry system is tight. Hit perfect blocks, trigger huge counters, and dismantle bosses piece by piece. Boss fights demand pattern reading and precision. Landing a full string of perfect parries feels incredible. The world looks stunning. Overgrown cities, deserts, underground labs, and it runs beautifully on PS5 at 60 FPS. The story swings too. Android identity crises, humanity in crisis, twists that actually land. Exploration pays off with upgrades, side quests, outfits, and multiple endings. Stellar Blade launched April 2024. If you want stylish combat with real depth, don't skip this. Now, fantasy exploration time.
Bronze medal time. Kina of Bridge of Spirits. Ember Lab's first ever game, and it looks like Pixar made a Zelda.
You play as Kina, a spirit guide helping lost souls move on. Staff, bow, parries, dodges, the combat is way tougher than people expect. Boss fights especially hit hard and demand real skill. The Rot steal the show. Tiny, fuzzy helpers that power your abilities, solve puzzles, and look absurdly cute in hats. Finding more expands your toolset and makes fights way more fun. The world is stunning. Glowing forests, ruined villages, temples, full animation studio polish. It's heartfelt too. Quiet, emotional, and beautifully told. Kina launched September 2021 and got overshadowed fast. For anyone who missed it, this is a true PS5 gem. And if that warmed your heart, the next one will hit even harder.
Runner-up, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. And honestly, Ubisoft hasn't been this good in years. You're Sargon, dashing through a time-cursed mountain to rescue the prince. It's a full-on Metroidvania, silky platforming, tight combat, and zero wasted motion. The movement is perfection. Wall runs, air dashes, teleporter markers, it all feels phenomenal. Optional platforming puzzles? Brutal in the best way. Combat actually has depth. Parry windows, aerial combos, unlockable abilities, and amulets that reshape your build. Bosses hit hard and look incredible. But the genius feature is memory shards. Screenshot a spot and drop it on your map so you never forget a secret again. Game-changing. It's sold terribly, which is tragic. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, January 2024, is one of the best modern Metroidvanias. If you skipped it, you're missing out. And somehow, one game slipped even further under the radar.
Top spot goes to Marvel's Midnight Suns, the single most underrated PS5 game. Made by the XCOM team, this is tactical hero combat plus deck building. And yes, it sounds weird, but it's genius. Cards are just how you trigger abilities. The real game is positioning, knockbacks, environment kills, and chaining hero combos. The roster cooks. Wolverine, Blade, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Captain Marvel, all with distinct playstyles. Mixing squads and finding synergies feels amazing. And the real surprise? The Abbey, a social sim where you hang out, train, explore, and unlock perks. It's Persona-style friendship building, but with superheroes. It's sold terribly thanks to bad marketing, but players who tried it know it's brilliant. Midnight Suns is PS5's biggest hidden gem. Play it, then yell at your friends until they do too. And that's your list. 14 PS5 gems that deserved way more love. Which one are you trying first? Drop a comment. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.